Let's turn off the arpeggio and take a better look at exactly what's going on. Right now for this patch I've had 2 oscillators, from the Moog Mother 32, a sawtooth wave in this case, and from a disting, a square wave, mixed together and going into the data so you can see what the original waveform looks like. It's that blue one. Then into the Gotharman filter, through an inline attenuator. I keep an inline attenuator patched all the time with the CS filter because it's so handy and so important. Then the green trace is the output of the CS filter sent onto the IntelliGel micro VCA and then through the audio out. I'm going to go ahead and pull the disting out of here. So we look at just a nice simple sawtooth wave, pull out the bandpass, turn up the low pass, turn down the resonance, and turn up the cutoff so we can see what's going on. Even with the cutoff turned up all the way, it's still filtering it somewhat. This filter really wants external control voltages to help push it around and give it a wide frequency range. The controls are at about 1 volt per octave, and I am indeed sending a voltage from my keyboard into this module. You can see the output is inverted compared to the input. And just to make it easier to see exactly what the filter is doing to the waveform, let's go ahead and invert it just for the sake of display. I'm going to pull the audio out temporarily, route it to another channel on my levitate, which can also invert audio, and then run that back into my data. Bring up the level, match it. Now we can see input to output. I have a bit of release on the filter. That's why you see the waveform mellowing out. I'll lower my sustain, which adds the cutoff knob. Get some rounding that waveform. And as we increase resonance, you can see what happens with additional oscillations appearing in that falling ramp. The resonance adds quite a bit of gain to the output. That's another reason why you might want to pull down the input to keep it out of that clipping range. Otherwise, you can hear that high frequency buzz come in. And you look at the spectrograph, you can see that extra hump of high frequencies. As I back it off, we get rid of that distortion. Now we just have this resonance frequency that we can sweep through. Go ahead and increase the resonance even more. And as we increase gain, you'll see some interesting things happen to the resonant oscillations in the sawtooth. They'll start to really go crazy and lose their frequency. You see where it's actually jumped down in tuning here compared to where it was originally. There's full overdrive. And it's easy to create instability with this filter. I can back it off by reducing the resonance or by reducing the input volume, and also by lowering the frequency of the cutoff. It's more prone to go crazy at high frequencies than it is at low frequencies. Otherwise, it's a pretty nice sounding little 2-pole filter. I'll back off the low pass, bring in the high pass, turn the resonance down for now. And you see in the spectrograph display where it's mowing down the lower harmonics. I'll lower the cutoff to restore those harmonics, increase the resonance, and then go searching for harmonics to boost. You see how easy it is to get in this overdrive condition again. Back it off. Big difference in sound just from input level. I've said before that managing levels on your modular is the secret to getting a wider range of sounds out of many of your modules. Boy, is this the case. Now you see we're on about the 3rd harmonic, 4th, etc. Then finally there's this bandpass output. A bit weaker of an effect, but you can still tune it to individual harmonics, particularly if you boost the resonance even higher. Now remember, this is the IG00155 chip that's supposed to have a less sharp resonance than the normal filter chip, the 156 that you'll find in CS synths. But I think this is plenty resonance enough. When I'm triggering a note, I'm sending an envelope into it, which is peaking the frequency, and again, that's putting it into that distorted overdrive. To back it off, again, just back off level, or behave, or increase the level to drive it crazy. I know the Polavox filter has a reputation for being particularly crazy. I think the CS filter outdoes it. There, we're tamed again, but we don't need that much resonance. You get a nice thump by just quickly enveloping the bandpass filter at high resonance. Get a good electronic percussion sound there. Then I like to add a little bit of low pass in for some beef. Maybe a little longer decay. Or very short. Just to get that beater sound for synthesizing a kick drum. So I want to show this to you because it's a pretty rare filter, but a lot of people chase down the sound of that CS filter.